was amazing to be surrounded again by people with the same passion and drive and who understood the dedication it took, because I think a lot of teenagers don't understand the amount of yourself that you have to put into it at such a young age. So to just be surrounded by like-minded people was amazing. And then, of course, like the school was amazing. The training was hard. We would get free tickets to see New York City Ballet every night.
And, you know, we all kind of know in the dance world, if you want to be in New York City Ballet, you have to go to SAB because they don't audition. They don't have audition tours or anything. You get picked from the school. So you got to go to the school and you got to be good.
When I got to the School of American Ballet, the details that Kay Mazzo imparted, musicality, you are with the music. And we did it again and again and again. And I like to say, if I had not been ready to go at 10:30 every morning for my classes at the School of American Ballet, I wouldn't be here today. You showed up, you were ready, you dedicated and devoted your time, focus, and attention to acquiring, inheriting this legacy of knowledge.
They were very good about carrying on the legacy, but also valuing you as a dancer. These iconic people that, you know, I would read about in the dance magazines or read about in Point magazine, then they were suddenly standing in front of me. I loved every single one of them for different reasons. They all had their little way of pushing you. They all had their focus. Susie Pilar just like would make me laugh. You had to laugh internally, but she just, her analogies, Suki's energy, Katrina's energy. Kay Mazzo was just she was just like this elegant kind of beacon. And of course you wanted to please them all. You knew your future landed in their hands. And then Sean Lavery actually was probably my biggest mentor when I was in the company. He taught at the school, but I was scared of him because I thought he hated me just because the way he was. But actually, he was hard on me because he loved me, and then he eventually became kind of my mentor in the company. But yeah, I loved every single one of them.
I think with any new experience, you're not equipped until you're thrown in to it. So I had an idea of wanting to go and this very strong draw to New York. But the reality of it, the first fall that I was there was quite hard. It was very lonely.
I was definitely the innocent. I was definitely, you know, I was 16 years old, but I was 10 and 32 all at the same time. 32 in that I could self-motivate and do my job, but also like 10 socially. So my mom was definitely my best friend through those years. Even though I had my little friend group, I relied on her heavily, and I don't know if I would have succeeded as much as I did without her.
It's inherent in ballet that we're set up for competition, even if you don't want to. You still have to participate. Because it's not a competitive sport, but it is on the inside, right? So we all want to dance as a community, and you want the support of your peers and all of that. But there are so few positions to be had.
The competition exponentially increases. You feel a bit like you're fighting for survival, wanting to not get lost.
I will say there's a lot of stories about, you know, School of American Ballet, and it's so competitive. But I loved it. I actually felt people were nicer there because we were all together all the time. You kind of grew into this little family of ballet. And, you know, the teachers you saw consistently, you know, you were with your peers every single day. So I didn't feel the cutthroat so much from the other dancers. I felt we're all vying for 4 spots. That's where the pressure came in.
While I missed my family because I was young, I really loved it there.
I really do look back on those years with such fond memories. There was never any horribleness to them for me. It was such a joy.
It felt magical. It was extremely hard, but I had a very good time at the School of American Ballet.